Hey, this is Chip Frankson. I just wanted to go over real quick my gratitude method that has made such a difference in my life. And hopefully you can get this and it can make a difference in your life as well. I call it the Mighty Five technique. And the way that it works is this. I come up with a list every single day of something new and something very specific that I'm grateful for, but I like to do it in a particular order. And the first thing I like to do is give a profound blessing, something that can just gosh, it just makes life so much better when you think about it. To maybe just this one thing in itself can make you love life more. Examples of a profound blessing. I remember one day I woke up and my wife is breathing next to me. She's sleeping and I hear her breathing. And that to me was so profound that her lungs work and her heart works and it's able to keep her alive and in our lives and blessing us. And I thought, what a magnificent blessing that is, because we are not guaranteed our next breath. It's not something that we're entitled to, but it's a gift that's given to us about 100,000 times a day when we do that. So that is an example of something profound. And maybe something else like the language that we use and the fact that lots of human beings throughout history created this and figured out how to make sounds into words that we understand and that can comprehend different ideas and being able to communicate with that. And we didn't have to do anything to earn that. It is just a profound blessing. So it gives you an idea of what a profound blessing might be. So when you do that, write out something profound as your first blessing. Now, the second blessing is what I call the often taken for granted blessing. And this is something that in absence of a practice like this, we just wouldn't think about it much and we wouldn't be grateful for it. And I think of things like water on demand, which is an absolute miracle. It's something fantastic. And we just take it for granted because pretty much every day since we've been born, we turn on a faucet and can expect to have clean, healthy water come from it. And it is a very new development in human history and something that a lot of people around the world do not have, and yet we have it. It is a blessing that we often take for granted. I also thought about the engineering that went into my car, and I thought about the tires and specifically the tire tread on it and the engineers that decided to make that and formed it in a way that it was a lot more safer for my family when the roads were wet and it's raining outside, and the fact that these tires have grip and they work because some people went to engineering classes and designed this for our benefit. And it's something, again, that we often take for granted. We don't even think about something like this, and it is a major blessing in our life. So that is the number two one, the often taken for granted blessing. Now, the third one is a practice that I got from the Stoics and reading about it. Ryan Holiday, I love your work. The Daily Stoics, one of my favorite books. I got to thinking about this, and when we are able to appreciate even the bad things in life and find a silver lining around something that is bad, then we are acing life. We are living life at a level that very few other human beings do. So in my daily Mighty Five blessings, what I like to do is write out something that is quote unquote bad, and then what can be good about that particular thing. And I've thought about a lot of things. I thought about the fact that when I'm losing weight, sometimes I was hungry, and that is a bad thing. But the good thing is that I get the option and I get the choice of eating when I want to, and that my body is becoming more efficient. So maybe I'm fasting. Maybe I need to do that and clear out the body and get some autophagy going in my cells and get some of the bad cells out. And that hunger shows that I'm actually doing that. And the fact that is a choice that I can make. And that in itself is a blessing. So I could be grateful for hunger in a situation like that. And there are many other things that happen. Like sometimes if you lose a job, for instance, or lose some business, and it spurs you to go out and get something even better, or it lights a fire under you to do something different with your life. And that's an example of something bad that could be good. And of course, there are thousands, maybe millions of examples of these types of things. But the more that you can appreciate something bad that has happened in your life and find the good in that, the more we can alchemize together the things that happen to always be in our benefit. We get to decide how we respond to any situation in life, and being able to be grateful for even the bad things is about the best thing we can do with that. And now, the fourth and fifth mighty five, the things that we can be grateful for, I call the free-for-alls. And that is, we can write down absolutely anything that we're grateful for, something that we can go out and appreciate. And in fact, I love to think about gratitude as something more. There's levels to it. There's the passive gratitude when we wait to have things come to us, like, oh, that's a fantastic sunset, or my goodness, thank you very much for this meal that you've made for me, that type of thing. And that is a receptive, passive type of gratitude. But we can choose to actually have active appreciation. And that is us going out to find things to be grateful for that we appreciate, and for us to meet those things there rather than waiting passively for them to come to us. It's a proactive way of doing it. And when we make this gratitude list, when we make this mighty five gratitude list, we are actively appreciating, which is just something that's wonderful. So these last two, 4 and 5, are a free-for-all, and you can be grateful for absolutely anything. Oftentimes, I will use a specific person or something about that person that I love. Like I was thinking about a friend who was in my wedding the other day, and I get to talk to him once every month or two, and he's been a constant blessing in my life, and I love that he is so kind-hearted and always wants the best for me. And that could be something that I'm grateful for in that. Or something that you've done in the past, like a trip you've taken, or someone that you met, or a magical time in your life that you want to revisit, and you can go back to that and be grateful for it and run it through your mind again. Something like that, which is fantastic. And in fact, we can even be grateful for things that have not happened yet and things that might happen in the future, because we don't need to delay being grateful for that. We don't have to put that feeling away. We can actually think about, oh my goodness, how great would this be, and feel that gratitude now. Those are examples of things that are free for all blessings that we can do. And of course, we can do any of the first three for the free for all blessings. You can do anything. And the magic that is done with this is when we are actively thinking of all of the things that we're grateful for, and our mind is searching for those, we are starting to train ourselves to look for the good in life, and look for the magical, and look for the miracle of everything. And when we start training ourselves to look for that, we will find it all the time. And just this practice of being grateful, of going out and appreciating, of writing down your Mighty Five technique will start to train our minds to look for the positive, to look for the good, and help us love life more, which is actually what I love to do to help people with on this channel. So give me a thumbs up, the one that looks like this on here, the like button, and subscribe, and be able to check this out. And then I also put out some videos and emails of gratitude prompts, of things that we can be grateful for every day. And I actually publish my Mighty Five that I do most days to YouTube here, and also on emails. So you can sign up for those at blessingsreminder.com to get those emails. And of course, click to subscribe here, and make sure to check to ring that bell so you too can have these gratitude prompts in your life. But give that a try. Pull out your journal. Here's mine. I almost always have it with me here. Pull out your journal, write it down. And in fact, didn't even mention this, but when we write it versus just typing it out or just thinking about it, those can be useful as well. But when we write it down, I like to think that we're imprinting it on our souls, because we're thinking it and we're forming those thoughts into words. So we're also reading it as we're writing it. And it seems to have a much more profound impact for me, and I bet for you as well. So if you're watching this, pull something out. It doesn't matter what it is. You don't have to keep it. It's not for looking back on the future, although you could do that. It's just for how you feel now, and to train us to be more grateful by doing this Mighty Five technique. Thank you very much for watching this. Please give that a try. And when you do, write down here in the comments some of the things that you're grateful for, or if you're planning on doing this, just being able to read that would make my day. I love that. And whenever I can help someone else be more grateful or have a better experience of life, that's just the thing that does it for me. So I'd really appreciate it if you could tell me down here in the comments. Thank you very much for that. And also, we will put up a subscription to the YouTube here. And then also, I believe over here, I'll look silly if it's not over here, but over here, we will have another video that you will love. So click on that. Thank you very much. You are loved and you are deserving. And if you're watching this, I hope that you know that and that you deserve all the good things in the world. This is Chip Frank signing off. Thank you very much. You have a great day.